salve. Now I'm going to spread the muck mix on the trees. So the muck mix, as I said in my previous video, fresh cow muck from yesterday morning, clay, zeolite and sand, and that's it. So I'm going to spread it on this tree. This tree is still not doing very well. It was doing better at the beginning of the year, but I found not long ago, because I had put stones around it to stop the chickens scratching around it, that it was full of mice galleries. So it was why it was dying and not because it was low in nutrients. But it was looking a lot greener this spring. Unfortunately, it's not lasted. So I've dug the mice tunnels out. Hopefully they won't come back. I've removed the stones as well. I never knew that if you put stones on the bottom of trees, the mice are going to go in there. And the mice, when they dig, obviously, they don't allow the rootstock to develop, and then it's a big problem. So this little tree is apparently an American walnut tree. And I like it very much. I want to save it. I want to see it thrive. So save it. It's nice. Nice to think you can help it with some sustenance. Poor thing. Feel better after that, won't you? Any foul? Oi! Go away! Shh. Go in the field with the others. Oh. Always pecking those guinea fowls. You can leave this door. Or you could shut it, I suppose. Thank you, Tina. Now we're going with the pigs. Nothing for pigs, not today. So now these two trees, I've got two to do here. They're both not very well at all. They're sick. Yellow, leaves eaten by something. A bit of brown on the leaves, spots. It's got a pear or two, which is amazing. And it's also got the pigs rubbing on it. So that the pigs might actually like a bit of that. Not all that. It's not for pigs. So this one was very sick last year. It's not got very much better yet. But because it was very sick, I think it will take a bit more care for it to get better. So maybe next year you will show signs of improvement with the leaves. I'm hoping very much it does. Oops, I've got some on my shoulder. That's it, that's the first. And some at the end of my glove. That's going to go on my shirt at some point. Look, Piggy, do you mind? Do you want some too? Look. You like that? Look, a bit of shit. That might get rid of your mite. A bit of zeolite. Oh, I'm putting some more on myself as well. You like that, don't you? You'll smell nice. The ladies will like you. So I'll put some on here, but that will be gone by tomorrow because I'll be scratching. Look, you don't want to eat that, surely, do you? Oh, you want some? Oh, you want some? Okay, I'll give you a little bit. Look, it's got cow shit though. I'm sure that's not good for pigs. Look. Hmm? Oh, not my fingers. Look, here. You want to eat that? Look, here. Here, that's it. Oh, he's eating it. Did you see that? Yeah, the video saw it too. The pig is eating the cow shit with the zeolite, or some of it. Do you want some too? Do you like a bit of zeolite and clay? I bet you it's the clay thereafter, not so much the cow shit. Why don't you dig your own clay? I think there's some in the fields and places. After all, maybe cow poo has got some medicinal properties. Hopefully they won't be dead tomorrow, but I doubt they would be. There you go.
Yeah.
That will give you a beauty treatment. He's eating it slowly. Oi! Right, I'll go to the other tree now. Very strange, those pigs. But then they do eat everything. I've heard they eat human shit in India, but I've never seen it. So this one is in worse condition than the other one. You can see the leaves are very spotty with some sickness, probably fungi. But as you know, in England, the spring and the winter, it was 6 months of rain nearly permanently. So those trees will have suffered from too much water and very little sun. He's still eating it. Opening his mouth like, this is hot. Yes, I'm sure it's hot. No, it's not for pigs, I did warn you. It's funny, he's eating and then opening his mouth. Do you want a bit as well? Look, I'll give you some. Look. You can do like your brother. Does she want some? Maybe it's psychedelic for them. Oh no, she doesn't look so keen. You're a real lady pig, aren't you? Ladies don't eat dirt. No, she doesn't like it. He's still eating it. He must need something in it. We've got the young geese here saying wee wee. Yes. You can't really help, can you? You wonder what we are doing? We're doing a little show. I've put some on my shoulder. I've just put my chin on it. It's getting closer to the face. Tasty. Oh, the male pig is looking. Oh no, he's just walking towards you now. Now, I don't want to waste this on the floor. She doesn't want it, so I'll put it on top of the tree. Oh, look at you, poor tree. It's got huge holes. I tend to put it in the holes, thinking it's closer maybe to where it can detox. Look at that, it's full of lichen. Do you know, I've heard that some lichens were psychedelics, but because it's very, for me, it's hard to recognize which one is which. I've not really tried to eat any. Yes, that's not a good sign, a young tree like that, having so much lichen. I know you like to tip things over, don't you? Do you want a bit more on your back? I'll put a bit more on his back. Come on. So a bit of good clay and sand that will help your mites. You're going back to sleep now. I think he's after Tina's shoes. If he doesn't like it, he can always go into the pond and wash in there. Up, out the way. What about you with your turd on the back there? Is that a bit... This is pig massage now. Oof. It wags his tail. Her tail. Oh, poor thing. Right, now I'll go for the apple trees. Last year I put some on the other trees, so I'm not going to do them this year unless I notice one is particularly sick looking, because we've got all non-orchard trees over there. I don't think they really need it. Oh no, it's all over my jumper now. It's disgusting. I smell like a farmer now. Right, so this beautiful tree, it makes the best apples. But it's been chopped quite drastically last year. But look at its leaves, it's a lot more green. There's not so many dead, dying or sick looking leaves. Well, I don't know about the dead ones, there's not much on the floor. It's not made many apples. Poor trees. Its branch broke last year. It didn't grow very well. I see there's a bit of sickness here. It's a bit of aphids probably. But you're looking better than last year, aren't you? I'll give you more pommade. Oh yeah, he's so much better. He was really in bad state last year. And these apples are so delicious. They're red and they're very sweet and very flavoursome. It's the best apple tree. It's my favourite of those lot. Just because they're not sour. And they're soft, they're not so hard. The other trees, I don't know if they're coccy's or what, but they're very hard to crunch into. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the results of this on this tree. Very, very much. Yeah. It's a pleasure to see this. I saw this recipe on an American website. Someone in the USA had done it. I don't know where they found the recipe, but they said the year after the yield of the apples was a lot more, and they were not sick, they were good looking apples. Because they had apples with blotches or funny colors or something, like these deformations. So they published this recipe. I'm very grateful for them. So I'm going to grow nice branches here. Shame this one couldn't really go this way, isn't it? If you could bend that one a bit, this side, then you would I'm sure you know what you're doing, poultry, but it could make. Oh no, maybe he's going like that because now all his weight is over here actually. Now he needs to go that one this side. Right, I'll go to the next tree now. This tree is done for now. We'll go and see the next apple trees again. They are looking much better than last year. And there is still some left from last year on the trunk as well. They are very green. They are green, they are looking good. There's still some sickness here. The apples are far from being ripe. They're very green. There's not any pink on them yet. This should be a yellow, orangey yellow with some red on them. But because it's been again quite savagely chopped down last year, a lot of its branches have been cut. So I don't know how much that will have upset the making of the apples. It's got a lot of apples. Now he's still struggling. There's plenty of lichen on it, which grows on unhealthy trees really. Oh no, I've got some on my face. That's it. It starts. Nice, isn't it? There's no apples for you, Piggy. I should really hurry up, shouldn't I, Piggy? Because we've got dinner to prepare. There may be some vacuuming to do. And you know you don't like it, so you don't need to go and look for it on the floor. This might be enough for the trees I want to do. There might be some leftover cow poo to do something else later on. But not today, and probably not tomorrow. I'll do that bucketful, then tidy up. And that's it for today. You're scratching in your ear, behind your ear. Look, thing. So I have a bit of clay with muck behind your ear. Poor Piggy. Right, that's it, you're off. I bet my landlords will notice the pig. When they come out, they say, "What have you done to our pigs?" I've just given them a beauty mask, that's all. Oh no, all over the floor. It's not for hens. I don't think you'll find anything to eat here. some old one from last year that's falling off. I think the tree is saying, can I have some fresh one on those old bits, please? Maybe it was keeping the old bits for a rainy day, like us when we hold on to a snack. It's nice to hold on to a snack so we have something to look forward to later. Whereas if we eat everything there and then, there's not much to look forward to afterwards, is there? Isn't it, Piggy? You don't work like that. You see food, you eat it. You're eating the wheelbarrow. It's not for pigs, you know. This one has grown a lot despite last year. Look at you, poor thing. It's been, the whole branch has been taken off. It was beautiful as well. They had a great shape, but I keep moaning about it. But I'm sure they knew what they are doing. After all, I'm not a gardener. I don't know anything about trees. Oh no, you want an apple, but they're not ripe yet. Do you want a green one? Maybe the tree will offer you a green one. There, you've seen an apple there, yes. Yes, she knows. Just got to hunt for it now. It makes me so happy to see the trees healthier. It's wonderful. I hope you know a tree that you can help in your life. Everything being sentient, trees are sentient too. And more than rocks, aren't they? Do you know, I do that. And I don't know anything about love, but I think I can feel love coming from that tree, from doing this to it. It feels really nice. It's like receiving gratitude. That's meant, not forced gratitude. Forced gratitude, like when you get a gift from your auntie and it's really shit and you don't want it, but you have to say thank you. Voilà pour toi, t'as assez maintenant. Oh yes, drop a bit on my shirt, that's it. Oh, poor thing. I hope you grow big and strong when you are ready. Now, I wonder whether to go in the garden or... Yes, I need to go in the garden and do the cherry trees because they are suffering. Anybody suffering here? Oh, I know. I'll bring some to a tree that has been damaged last year. Oh, but I can't really trust the pigs with this here, can I? Okay, I'll leave the other tree for now. Oh yes, maybe maybe another one for the other pig, and then going to find it. Yes. Let's go and find the other tree. It's only a small tree, so it doesn't need much. This one is still a bit sick, this red one. So leave them outside. But I might do it if I've got leftover at the end. This one was badly broken by a machine that was digging the pond last year. So I think he needs a bit of extra love, poor thing, aren't you? Yeah? So as humans and their machines, they don't care, do they? They just destroy everything. And then they blame us for breathing CO2. Whereas you need CO2 so you can grow green, don't you? I shouldn't say that too much, otherwise I'll get my channel banned. You're not allowed to talk about CO2 because it's forbidden. What do I know? Because I'm not a scientist on TV. Whereas scientists on TV, they know everything. They're right about every subject. They're the truth of God. Oh yes. No, I'm not being sarcastic, not at all, I believe that. They're true about everything. They're true about we have to wear the masks. They're true about, what else? That we have to be locked down so we don't have too much, infect people. Because if we have too much fun, we may infect everybody. And that's no good. Now let's go and rescue the wheelbarrow before the pig gets it. Oi, piggy, this is not for you. No, it's not for pigs. Out away, please. That's it, bye-bye. We'll go and see the last tree, the last apple tree on this side of the field. This one again is looking healthy. That's another eating apple. No, not eating, it's cooking apple, this one. And it's not too unhealthy, but it will do him good. I say him, it's bound to be a male, straight like this. Beautiful tree. Do you know trees are apparently genders, but it works as if what the energy is. Like, what is that tree? It's a funny leaf. I won't remember the name because I always forget, but that's a female tree, female energy. It's not for pigs, I told you already. No, you can't have another apple, not from me. Nor you. You don't need to give me a bum massage, pig. I'm not interested in pigs. Yes, I know you smell nice now. Now you smell of cow poo and clay. Oh dear. You've not got a flu, have you? Actually tree we've got to speed up now because there's still a lot of work to do, a lot of trees. Oh, I've got some on my shirt. Holes. That's it. There's not so much on this side. Maybe a bit more on this side. Not for pigs in here, you stay in the field, please, Monsieur Pig. Oh, we've got two lilies. It's very much easier than last year. I much appreciate having help this year. Thank you very much. You're coming with us. You shouldn't be here. Now this poor little tree is beautiful, but he had enormous branches taken off as well. Poor little tree, my little darling. Yes, I know you're doing very well this year, aren't you? Oh, beautiful and strong. That's a beautiful tree. Except you're losing a bit of bark. I wonder why that is. You had too much water on the lawn this year. There, put some on his scars. Oh, it will help. See, he's doing so much wood to replace the broken branches, the removed branches. And that one. I don't know if that's a new branch or not. Oh, I've got some on me again. It's exciting doing this, isn't it? You never know where you're going to be ending up with shit. Where? Where is it going to land? Strange, that bark falling off like that. It nearly looks like something has eaten it. If it was a deer, they would have taken more of that. More than that, I think. There's a big scar there. Let's see the poor branch. This tree was the most beautiful. It had such a shape. Still has. I think he's bending according to energy lines. When they bend away from something, and his biggest branch was also on that side, it means they're avoiding something in the topography. So there could well be an energy line is running away from that's passing here. There, that direction. That's it for you. Now let's go and see the plum trees and the cherry trees, because they need help. They've done really well this year. Not the cherry trees have not done well at all. They're very sick, but the plum trees have done brilliant. Now this little one here, this pear tree has lots of pears, and the leaves don't look as sick. You can still see there's a lot of sickness still, lots of yellow leaves, but I think it's much better than last year. And to see the amount of pears he's got this year, now obviously he's older, so he's able to produce more, but I think this has helped it, because they don't get fed, and they really should be getting compost or something. This is all for you. You're going to enjoy the beauty mask tree. see what happens there. It got protected here by putting gaffer tape to stop rabbits eating it. And you know what it's done? Look how it's shrunk it at the base, because the gaffer tape has not been removed or made bigger. So I had to say something to my landlord, and he said, oh no, it doesn't do anything wrong, gaffer tape, no problem. But I had to show him, and that did shut him up. At last, some justice, some integrity from my landlord about his trees. I love my landlord, he's wonderful, best man ever, best landlord in the world, best great friend as well, so we don't talk very much. But really doesn't do very well for trees. And that's like an injury, it's like strangling someone over the course of years. So this tree is very happy this year, aren't you? They're growing well, they're making lots of nice pears, which may or not get to maturity, but that doesn't matter. And you've done very well despite all this horrible rain we've had for the last, not this 6 months, but this beginning of the year. I'm talking to the tree because they like to hear us. Don't you? Huh? Yes. You're like an animal, aren't you? Except you can't run. And when someone troubles you, you can't do anything but just emit something, emit an energy that a person will not be sensing. Poor thing. There, I've got to go now to the other tree next to you. The plum tree that has done so well this year. Again, well done tree. You're still a bit sick, but you've done a lot better, haven't you? You've got plenty of nice plums this year, and you've been cut out as well. Out the way. We're nearly done with this anyway. Out the way the plants. You're not having any now. They should only go dormant this winter. It would be a waste. I'll put another cow muck handle on there. Now the consistency of that is very nice now. It nearly stays together. Thank you, prune tree, for doing so well. Plum tree, I should call you now. Voila, that's for this tree. We've got cherry trees that are not doing very well. It's too wet for them over there. This one over there is losing leaves, and it's not entirely got better this year. A little bit, but not much. He's half alive, isn't he, this one? So I'll take that over there and go into the front tree. So there's still I will need more because there's still 2 cherry trees by the holiday cottage to do. There's this plum tree, there's all these cherry trees, and then there's a front. So if I'm careful, I can give a bit to the plum tree and the garden trees now. And then keep a bit for the cherry trees. come to this plum tree over there. The trunk is on this side. I'll do my best not to waste too much in the way. This tree has done the best plum I've ever had this year. I've ever had in England. They are beautiful. They are Victoria plums. And he's had so many. They've been delicious. And you've not had plums for a good 3 or 4 years, haven't you? And you've got a lot of leaves missing, so you're still recovering. Thank you for all your plums this year. Even though you could have used all this energy for other things like repairing your branches, wouldn't you be able to? So maybe this year you'll repair your branches a bit more. Thank you for your delicious plums. I can feel his gratitude. This one. It's very talkative. You've got a sense of humor, haven't you? You know, I could get a job doing this. I could go around people's gardens and put cow muck, zeolite and clay on their trees and sand. I'd like to do that. That would be very nice. To know I'm doing good rather than selling chocolates. Doesn't quite like chocolate making, particularly the packaging, so you never know. Maybe I'll get a commission from this video. It's very expensive though. So next, cherry trees in there. Tina is doing a great job and is being very patient with me. Saying, oh, aren't we finished yet? I'm bored. They're going to be bored. Oh, there's one left. I think Tina should have that plum, except it's a bit, is it? No, it's a good actually. I think Tina should have it. It's delicious. You don't want it? Oh. Oh. It's the last one, isn't it? Not quite as juicy as the other ones, not as sweet, but it's being the last one, I'm very grateful. Good flavor. Oh yeah, there's some sweetness there. Where it's damaged is the sweetest. But unless I don't really want the runs, so I'll leave the rest. It would be amusing to have a bit of diarrhea actually. I could do with a cleansing. It's been a bit constipated in the last few days. After this, no doubt it will run. It will try to compete with the cow muck. I'll do it from this side, this one, because I'll only put it so the guests don't see. See, these cherry trees, when I moved in here, so 10 years ago, they were producing. And they've got worse and worse with time, don't you think? They've got worse and worse, and they've got all these trunks splitting and suppurating. So I don't know what's going wrong with them. The soil is obviously not good enough. So there must be some toxin or something, or in excess of something, or lack of something else, I don't know. But poor cherry tree, aren't you? And I've not given you very, very much last year, only a little bit like this. On both branches. Yeah, it's not looking good at all, that poor tree. but I'm sure you'll be looking better in a little while after a bit of beauty treatment. Ow. Let's put some in between. I think the more it is spread, the more the tree will absorb and remove some of its toxins. So I don't think thickness is particularly helpful, but then thickness means it will stay longer with the rain. Voila for you, you're done. Let's see, look at the other one. I don't know what's going on with the gate here. Oh dear. It's a bit far, but I'll stay over this side. That's it. This one has got a lot of ants, which isn't a good sign. It means they're finding something to eat which they shouldn't be eating. Well, they should, because obviously it's good for them, but it would be nicer to see a healthy trunk. Isn't it, poor tree? What's the matter with you, growing all crooked with weird bunions? It looks like he's being burnt by something. Yeah, very strange. It's why when planting trees it's very useful to put a few handfuls of zeolite to remove any toxins that may be in the ground, because our ancestors, they weren't saints and they were using things like mercury and arsenic all over the place. So the soil is bound to be full of that. As well as naturally, like volcanoes, they give off lots of good nutrients but also lots of toxins. So I'm not sure what happens in that case. Apparently volcanic soils are very high in cadmium. Oh, it's raining now. That's lucky, isn't it? It's saying, don't stay too long, it's time to stop now. We haven't got too much to do. I could go through this garden and finish the cherry trees. There isn't much muck left. Oh, it's really raining now. Oh dear. I know, I'll do the cherry trees. Oh, it's a shame for the... I'd like to do the olive trees. Oh yeah, let's do the olive tree. Yeah, we'll go through that. Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, very nice. I'm glad you're going to enjoy this video, and maybe Lolita could look down here instead. Then we can look at the muck and how much there is left, because all these trees have taken that much. So what I wanted to do is put some on the vines and the olive tree. We'll go and see the olive tree. Hello, poor tree. What are you doing in England? I know it's not your favorite country, is it, poor thing? It's not quite hot enough here for you, is it? So I don't know if it will help you, but I'll give you some of this anyway. I'll put it here so nobody sees it. A bit of cow muck, because your pot, I don't know how much it has. I know you do grow on poor soil. Nobody sees it that side, what do they know? Not visible from their houses. So here it's very visible on this tree because it's very grey. Yeah, oh that's fine. It's just if you focus again on it. It just means the focus is locked. That's it. Cameras do very strange things. I can't believe we've only been 1 hour doing this. I thought it was at least 3 hours. Yes, that's not easy, the poor olive tree. Put a little bit there. You can do your best, can't you, poor thing? In the pot as well. It's not funny, olive trees in England. You should be going back to Spain. But I'm so grateful you're in my life because you're beautiful, even though you've been savagely cut down by previous owners or the place where you were grown from. So you can have a bit in here. Closer to the trunk, that might help you. Sorry Tina, I called you the wrong name earlier. I called you Lolita, which is totally different to your real name. It's a bit girly, isn't it? So, how do can I get on this side to get to the vine which is behind here? Yes, I can easily do that. Voila. So you, my poor little vine, you're not getting much sun here. And the poor branches aren't doing so well. This vine has been transplanted here. It was somewhere else before. In the garden where the cherry trees are, and it was doing really well. Lots of growth, lots of fruit. But now, stuck in this corner, oops, it's really isn't looking too pretty, is it? Poor thing. So maybe that will help you, maybe not. In any way, you can try. Voila. Now there's the other one to do. I managed to get more on my shirt. I hope it goes away with the wash. Look at that. That's my best new shirt as well. And on my knees, I've got a large amount there. That's nice. Voilà, so we'll do the other vine. Which is on the other side. Oh, sand, that wasn't mixed very well. That's the bottom. Like it's in my nose. I know they don't like too much compost and things, the vines. They like a poor soil as well, I think. So I won't put too much on. And now there's only the cherry trees. And that's so good now. There's a shower coming as well. After that, we're having a shower now. That's lucky because I smell like a cow. Oh yes, let's go by this little door here. This poor cherry tree hasn't got very much, very many leaves. Again, when I moved in here 10 years ago, he had lots of cherries, and suddenly he hasn't got many at all. And he's not doing very well. So I don't know what's happening with him. That's when my landlady had noticed. She said, "What have you done to my trees?" Last year. I said, "I've done that to help them grow because they don't look too healthy." But I shouldn't have said that because she would need to be defensive and say, "My trees are perfectly alright." But you have to be careful how we respond to people, not to make them feel like they're doing a bad job. So I should say, "Your trees are so beautiful. I just wanted to make them even more beautiful by giving them some nutrients." That's oh, I get stuck there because I can't say that she gives them any because she doesn't. So I don't know quite what to say. What do you say? I just say nothing. "Oh, I love to do this for your trees because the trees, they love a bit of love." I could say, "I like loving the trees," or something like that. Then maybe she would think, "Oh, she's weird," and then she'd leave me alone. So this tree, there's 3 little ones now to do. I don't mind a bit of rain. I'm sure it's very good for us. A bit of graphene, a bit of sulfur. Yeah, that will be probably alright, but maybe the video could stop now just in case it gets too wet. So I'll see you later. Thank you for watching all this. Bye bye. Oh,